If you have purchased a PDF pattern from Peony Patterns through Etsy, here are a few tips on then how to open, save, and also print your pattern. So to start off with, you will need to do the following steps on an internet browser, as these will not work on the Etsy app. So I'm on the Etsy homepage right now, and to access our pattern that we have purchased, we are going to head up to your account, then head down to purchases and reviews. Then once that loads, you will now see a list of your most recent purchases you have made through Etsy. So I'm going to be downloading this pattern here today, the Myrtle dress. So to do that, you will notice on the right side of that, you have the option to download files. We're going to click on that. Then that will open a new screen showing all of the files that we have to download for this particular pattern. So you will notice we have a few different files. Firstly, we have the print at home pattern and tutorial. Next is the projector file, and then an AO copy shop file. So the one that we are wanting to print at home is the print at home version. The projector file is if you own a projector, you can use that instead. And the AO copy shop file is a version which you can take to a copy shop and have printed as one large document rather than having to assemble the A4 pages yourself. But for today, to be printing your pattern from home, we will be using this version here, which is the print at home pattern and tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and click download. And that will now start downloading up here. Once that has finished, you will then have the option to open that file. So we are going to click on that, and that will now open our PDF pattern. So once that has now opened, we need to make sure that that has opened in Adobe Acrobat Reader, not just another internet browser. And once that has opened in the correct program, we are now ready to go ahead and save our pattern to our own computer. So we are going to do that by heading to the top left of the screen and clicking File, heading down to Save As, and then choosing the destination that we would like to save our pattern to and clicking Save. Once saved, if you would like to head back to your internet browser and download and save the other files remaining as well, you can definitely do that using the exact same method. Now heading back into Adobe, we are going to be now printing our pattern. So personally, I like to just print my actual pattern pieces off and not the entire pattern with the instructions included. If you would like to print the entire pattern, you can definitely go ahead and do that though. If you are wanting to only print the pattern pieces, we are now going to locate those and find exactly what pages we need to print. So I'm going to scroll down through the pattern until we reach where the actual pattern pieces start. So they are starting on page 40 and continue through to page 49. So now to print those, we are going to head back up to File, then scrolling down to Print. Now because I like to only just print my pattern pieces, I'm only going to be printing those pages. So to do that, you can click on Pages, and then I'm going to type in page 40 through to page 49. If you would like to print the whole entire document though, with instructions included, simply skip that step and leave as is on all. That way it will print the whole entire document for you. As I said, I like to just print those certain pages, so I'm going to stick with that, and then that will print just my pattern pieces off. Next, you'll need to make sure that you are clicking actual size so that the pattern is printed at the correct scale. Then just below that, you'll notice the option to choose paper source by PDF page size. You want to make sure that that box is left unchecked. Then just below that, you have the option to change the orientation. You want to make sure that auto is selected, and then you can go ahead and click print. So now the printing of your pattern is underway. Now, if you do have any problems when printing and you notice that your pattern is printed with any jagged edges or any of those curved lines aren't smooth like they should be, there is an easy solution to fix that, and this can sometimes be a more common occurrence with some HP printers. So if that does happen, we can just head back to print as we did before, choosing the exact same settings again, making sure that actual size is selected and auto is selected, and this box here is left unchecked. To fix those printing issues, you can simply just click up here to Advanced and select Print as Image, OK, and then print again as usual. And if you did have any of those issues when printing originally, that should now rectify all of those problems. Now you will notice when printing a majority of patterns by Peony Patterns that a lot of larger pattern pieces and rectangle shapes are not included in those pattern pieces to print, and that is because they are actually within the pattern itself. So if you scroll through the pattern, you will locate a page with cutting charts. So for this particular pattern, it is on page 13. So this is where you'll find the cutting charts with all measurements provided to cut any skirts and other rectangle pieces like ruffles and plackets as well, to save these pattern pieces needing to be printed. So I hope that has now helped answer any questions that you may have had when it came to opening, saving, and also printing your PDF pattern by Peony Patterns. You will now have your pattern printed, ready to assemble and then sew.